start with this afternoon. 2 men are dead after a shooting in the district. So this happened overnight on Jennifer Street in Northwest. Police found both men shot and unconscious. They both died there. Police recovered a gun from the scene, and we'll have more in this story as it develops.
Also, right now, we know a Maryland man has been indicted after a 6-year-old boy got access to a gun, later killing himself in Montgomery County back in February. We all remember this heartbreaking story. A Maryland grand jury indicted Lachelle Lee on charges including involuntary manslaughter, neglect of a minor, and allowing a minor's access to a loaded firearm. Now, we know the boy shot himself in the face back in February on Maple Leaf Drive. Court documents accuse Lee of leaving the loaded and unsecured firearm where the boy could easily find it. He has since been released on his own recognizance pending trial, and we know there's a hearing scheduled to discuss the trial dates. That's coming up on April 24th, Shanika.
All right, and moving along now, we have some more news to cover here.
Yeah, this time in Prince George's County. This is in Bowie. Yeah, the residents in Bowie say they've had enough of dealing with this brown water issue here you see here coming out of their pipes for years. They tell us they're still waiting on some real answers and, more importantly, real action from the city.
And one woman's...
Who wants to bathe a baby, a 2-year-old in this? Who wants to give their pets this water? It is upsetting. They need to go back to the drawing board and figure something else out, because a 10 to 20-year plan is not acceptable.
Yeah, that woman says the issue is now happening multiple times a week. Some days the water is clear, and other days it's a brown or yellow color. As she now buys bottled water for her family. And she's not alone. Neighbors across Bowie says that they're dealing with the same issue and have been raising concerns to the city. So the city of Bowie's website says the discoloration is caused by iron particles from aging pipes. And while it may look concerning, it's safe to drink. Now, in the short term, they say they're flushing pipes, but long term, the city has a 12-year plan to repair and replace aging infrastructure. And we reached out, to leaders of Bowie, Annalisa, including the newly elected mayor, but we haven't heard back just yet. In the meantime, neighbors say that they're just hoping new leadership for all of this, that'll just help push solutions for residents here.
Yeah, definitely something that the neighbors are concerned about. We'll keep watching that for sure. Also in Prince George's County, not far from the city of Bowie, there in the area where there was that Six Flags basketball superstar Kevin Durant's company now buying the former Six Flags property in Maryland. The Prince George's County executive confirming in the news to us that the DC native is part of a new ownership group there. Aisha Braveboy's office saying Durant's 35V company, along with a private investment firm, are the new owners of the former amusement park site, and the community will get a say in the future of the 500 acres. Their Six Flags closed last fall. The corporate executive saying it was no longer a strategic fit.
Yeah, it was circulating on social media. Everyone was talking about, Kevin Durant. He's from the DMV area. That's super exciting that he is, here in his community,
I think it will work. Hopefully it does work, and I can't wait to hear more about what they are putting there. Definitely have lots of friends that live in Bowie, and we're watching this.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, turning now to TSA job cuts.
Yes, right now we know that we're watching to see what happens there. There are some plans to cut TSA jobs. Thousands of TSA jobs could be cut if President Trump's 2027 budget proposal moves forward.
Yeah, the cuts would be a push towards privatizing the agency, something that's been brought up by some lawmakers on Capitol Hill. So just how many fewer TSA agents is the Trump budget really proposing? Well, we have our Tosin Fakile in studio. She is here today on the News at Noon. Thank you for being here, Tosin. Let's talk about the proposal.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, I was talking about this all morning on Sunrise on the Hill. So we're talking thousands of jobs. Over 2,400 TSA positions could be cut with the president's fiscal year 2027 budget proposal. That proposal for the fiscal year is asking for just over $11 billion. And why this is kind of a huge deal is because cutting that is on top of the fact that right now, because of the federal government shutdown, which is still going on, by the way, for those who don't know, just over 500 TSA agents have left the job. So we're currently in a shortage. And then if this fiscal budget proposed by the president goes through, then that's just fewer people that's going to be on the job. Also, remember, during the shutdown from last year, that full government shutdown, you have to remember TSA was also impacted in that. And then Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy last year was talking about the difficulties of filling these jobs dealing with aviation and stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. The Office of Management and Budget with the White House says this is not the first time the president has put forward TSA job cuts. And another thing this job cuts does, on top of cutting jobs for TSA, it's also calling for privatization of airport security.
Yeah, and then how would that look, Tosin? I mean, we haven't seen that, right? But when you think about what happened during, the partial shutdown, or, last year even, lines were so long. So when we're cutting jobs, couldn't that just make it worse?
Yeah, it's not going to help anything, Shanika. I can tell you that. I was talking to people at the airport this morning trying to get their thoughts, and one of the first things people said is fewer TSA agents is not going to help. So on this matter of privatization, about 20 airports in the country privatize airports. So in this budget proposed by the president for fiscal year 2027, there is about, I want to say $477 million that is going towards a program that does privatization of screenings at airports. And that money obviously is coming from the reduction that is going to TSA's budget for fiscal year 2027. And Shanika, you had mentioned those long lines because of the government shutdown. Those airports that use this private security screening, they really didn't have to deal with a lot of issues during the shutdown. And they say that is because those employees at these 20 airports where there's privatized, the airport screening is privatized, they were already paid through a prepaid federal contract. So that's why those smaller airports didn't have to deal with that at all during the long lines. But it's really going to be interesting to see how this plays out. The Office of Management and Budget with the White House, they say, privatization at the airports, it's already worked at these airports. They call it efficient. So they say there's no problem, but you guys, the people I talked to this morning, I talked to a lady this morning, and she said, why fix what's broken? That was what she asked me. She's like, it's working. And she also mentioned, she said with the escalating tensions around the world, fewer TSA agents might not be the best possible idea. And she said, just more, in fact, we need more TSA agents was what she was telling me this morning. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a talker to see how this plays out. And one last thing before I let you guys know, this issue of privatizing TSA, it's not new conversation on the Hill. In fact, lawmakers have been talking about it for a while. There was a huge debate about it in 2014 during a House subcommittee hearing with union leaders. So.
Okay, so it's just one of those things that just came back up now.
Yeah, because of the government shutdown, it popped back up again, and it's bubbling to the top because of the shutdown.
Yeah, definitely one to watch, Tosin. I mean, I think the concern is the money being wrapped up in the federal government. Maybe this privatization could help. All right, let's turn over to a little entertainment news now. Right now, we know that Cardi B had a concert at Capital One Arena that got a lot of attention, Shanika, and she was spotted at a spot after words partying with people in DC. She was at Throw Social for her official after party. We got some video from Ricky Platinum and Brendan Reeder, a photographer who shot that concert and after party. We will show that to you at 4 p.m. Here on DC News Now. So, yeah, definitely interesting to see how many people lined up there for her, Shanika.
Oh, yes. I've heard. I've seen it on social media. Everyone is talking about it. And it seems like she, shut those streets down with all those people outside. And, Cardi as you know, lots of people love her.
Yes.
Right. We were talking earlier about Cardi B, and Tosin had mentioned she was spending, I hope you don't mind me saying it, but
Not at all.
she spent upwards $400, nearly $500 on concerts in the past. And I told her, what? That's absolutely insane. But it seems like people are doing this. You know, they're actually spending a lot of money for concerts like this. So
Yeah, it's an experience, and it's about
It
an
is.
experience, and you only live once.
yeah.